Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and I've got a nice big miniature today. We've got the XXL Deluxe Enemy Pack of the Oni Warlord for Shadows of Brimstone from Flying Frog Miniatures, or more specifically for Forbidden Fortress. But anyway, we got a big bad Oni, and if you've noticed something on this channel, I like painting Oni, so I am going to absolutely enjoy this, and maybe, just maybe, I will actually get to use it in a game of Shadows of Brimstone or Forbidden Fortress. Now, I've played a lot more Shadows of Brimstone than I have Forbidden Fortress, which is sad because I love the setting of Forbidden Fortress so much more. And I hate to say it, I'm going to admit it, I haven't even taken the shrink wrap off of Forbidden Fortress yet. That is sad. Now, I painted a few of the add-ons and other supplemental goodies that came with it, but yeah, the actual core game, that is something I'm loath to admit, but it is true. I haven't gotten around to it. We've got punch boards, a big freaking stack of cards. You cannot accuse Flying Frog of not really giving you a whole lot of bang for your expansion bucks. The poor Oni stat sheet is going to definitely need to be flattened out. That's okay. And like all of the expansions, you get a little bit of fluff about it, explanation of what's in there, all kinds of details about what's... Ooh, Legendary Oni Warlord. I'm like totally distracted by that. Where you can encounter them, how the rules work for XXL enemies, things that can affect regular Oni, and then special missions for the Oni Warlord. Do I want to make it that way or in red? I don't know. Interesting. So we've got the actual fluff for some of the other Oni. And there are included instructions. So if you're one of those people that freaks out over the fact that some of these things have a bajillion parts to them and you don't know where anything goes, rest assured, the frog's got you covered. I'm going to have to go figure out how to get this flattened out. Maybe I'll stick it under a Kingdom Death box or something. But let's take a look at the actual models. That is a big base. That's probably at least 100. Does it say? I can't read. No, oh, I'm wrong. 90. I can read. What an odd size. But then again, if everything is based on a 30mm base, especially in the actual circles, not circles, the actual grid on the tiles, I guess that makes sense. It's a good size, though. I mean, that's just his torso right here. You in trouble, my witch hunter friend. And if you ever wanted to paint an Oni Fundoshi, a loincloth thing that they usually wore in traditional Japan, you will have your wish with this kit. We have the sides of the little prison box that he's carrying. I'm assuming this is a barrel of sake. I believe the chains hang off of the jail cell. And then we have all the hands here that are going to be reaching out. Oh, that's kind of nice and handy. They're all numbered, so I don't have to make a fool of myself gluing the wrong ones in the wrong spot. The feet are flat at the bottom, so they can get glued to the base. No fancy bases or anything like that. I guess the only downside is the actual face doesn't have huge horns. I'm so spoiled with that lately. I mean, the detail, I gotta say, the detail is fairly nice. Flying Frog has definitely stepped up the quality of their plastics. I've been tempted to pick up another of the core sets, the revised ones, just to give it a shot, or at least get the revised figures. I don't know, I might do that this summer, since the kids aren't going to be here. I'm going to have a whole lot of time to myself. Maybe I'll play through it. I don't know. I am very tempted. Anyway, you know what else I'm tempted to do? I am tempted to get this put together. So give me a sec and put them together. And of course, I'll have to grab a bunch of other Oni and we'll see how everything turns out. So yeah, hold on tight. All right, we got our Oni Warlord pretty much put together. First off, you'll notice I don't have him glued to his base. That's just because when I like to paint, I want to make sure that I can get every nook and cranny and I hate having to try to get brushes under the legs when it's glued onto the base. So, detail's pretty decent. You'll see my horrible glue job. That's okay, I can sand that down at least. I wish he had a little bit bigger horns. I don't know why. I feel like the hair here needs a little bit more definition, but on the other hand, that's because that's where his little cage is going to go, which obviously I have not glued into his hand yet. You'll see there's that peg right there, and there's one right there on the bottom of the prison. And no, I can't say voila. There we go. So it's going to go like that. I may not have put the hands in exactly the right positions, but I think they're close enough. It's not going to make a very big difference. You going to be balanced? I hope so, my friend. He definitely earns the title of that XXL model. I think it was a double XL, at least a 1X. Grabbing a regular Shadows of Brimstone model, you can see there's definitely a size advantage there. Grabbing one of the resin seasoned veteran samurai models as well. See if we can turn the light up a bit there. That helps a bit. He definitely fills up that base. I haven't gone over the rules yet, but that's something that I hope to in the near future. Grabbing one of our big monsters from the base game. So you can see it's definitely a good size. I would definitely keep an eye out for these types of models if you're going to actually, obviously, play Shadows of Brimstone, being the first and most obvious choice. But for me, I love samurai-themed skirmish games. So, you know, using stuff like Bushido, Test of Honor, Osprey's Ronin rules. I think there's a lot of interesting rule sets out there that you can use this guy. So even if you don't play exclusively in Shadows of Brimstone, I think you can still get a lot of gaming use with a big giant Oni like this in a lot of other games as well. Sengoku Monster Hunter, that's one that I always like to mention on here from alternative armies. Definitely a good rule set. Although it is set for 15mm, you might want to make it bigger. So yeah, I think it's a cool looking model. Definitely looking forward to getting this guy painted up. I think it's going to be relatively easy, with the exception of maybe having to paint those furs on his rear end there. And his fundoshi. I'm not looking forward to that, but considering what other kinds of fun things I painted between the legs of giant models before, that should not be a big issue. So, cool looking model when it's actually in focus, and hopefully I'm going to get around to getting the other big XXL Brimstone monstrosities painted up and finished before we ever have the Adventures stuff show up. We'll see which happens first, right? I gotta say, at least I got a pretty good track record for getting this stuff done. And considering I have my entire City of Ancients completely painted, I'd say I have a pretty decent track record. Hopefully we will be seeing more Forbidden Fortress on this channel in the near future. I've popped it open, and now it is time to open the floodgates and start getting to work on it, right? Right. We'll put a link down below to the Flying Frog web store, or actually just their web page. They're always running specials, especially around holidays, so if you're in the mood to do some shopping, whether you are in the States or abroad, I always like to recommend wait until they have some sort of a sale going. There's always at least the buy two get one deals on the card sets, but they also usually have special bundles available as well. So definitely take a look as it gets closer to whatever holidays, at least American holidays, are coming up. There's always going to be something, and it might be worth your time. So, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.